My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Well, I'd say that in my world, things have gotten a little bit better, and probably I'd say maybe about hour and a half before I have to go to work and have a once a year annual dermatology appointment this afternoon, and decide it would be a good moment. I could probably get back on here to kind of do a little more instructional work and show a little bit more how to carve these little Saint Nicholas figures, and decide that this is going to be a moment where we kind of get around to sort of just getting around to these little places where we do this little bit of work, and sort of like I'd say kind of round off the area that is right around the arms and the hands, and just kind of try to get a little bit in place. I'd say we kind of come down to where at this point we're going to try to avoid the little belt in the back and try to do our carvings right around that, try to get rid of some extra wood in place, and just I'd say like sort of put a little faith and work and all into what we do. I'd say that this is just one of those things where we kind of work like we do in these little corners coming along, I'd say. And there's a little bit of wood in the back right above the belt we're going to remove as well. Try to take the same little step on each of these little figures to try to get rid of what we don't need and try to make them into the little figures of work that they ought to be when we finally just get right down to it and shave along and work along and try to get things right in the good old place where we kind of need them exactly to be, and to kind of work little ways along, do what we need to kind of get things in the place like I say what we got here, and crap and things. And with all, I tell y'all that this is just kind of like working the odds against us and seeing how we get about things just to kind of do what we can, and what we make and what we see and what we feel and have. And I'd say that just this kind of thing is like what we'll be doing further along. Maybe kind of remove some around here as well. Not sure whether if in this little bit of video time we're going to have time to do all these steps on all of them. This one here is one of the genuine mahogany ones. I think I'm going to come around here and take a same little step on one that is from African mahogany. Try to carve along, round off the area around the arms as you see, remove the wood in the place where it's going to go and find itself a good way to be. Just what we're going to see when we get things done here. And I say that there's just a little chance we're going to kind of remove some of this excess wood from the shoulder and right above the little arm area, and kind of take the work just as it goes, and finally put a little faith in what we do. There's little steps we might forget along the ways. There's probably even some things I've been kind of even forgetting to do on my own regular job lately, because I've been so tied up. We've been so backed up in there, and I tell you, short of help and everything, so kind of gets a little strange with how it goes here and there. But I say there's little steps that will go further along as we go about the work. I say just a little time and effort put into a piece, and there we go, making it so it's going to be a good little St. Nicholas Santa figure. And down with what we have, I say, make it so we're going to see what he's going to be like when all the work gets finished and done, and all kinds of work with all kinds of what we do. I say that it was all just one little good thing after another, and I'll tell y'all that there's going to come the time we're going to kind of work in here, take out this excess wood from where the little belt is, and kind of shave it along, make it so it's going to be a little good little figure for the right time of year when it does come along. And kind of, I'd say, like put the little strange little lines in the work, I say, and see how a good little Santa figure shall come out in the long run, blessing children and blessing people. And I say that it's just kind of some type of business in general we have with what we have to work with. I say kind of try to make it so we're seeing a little brighter image come to our work, and oh, how this little figure shall make a way down to be all good with us, I say, and come down to where we're going to finish this up sooner or later. I say we kind of got rid of most of what we needed to. Kind of come along where we're just working little lines right in, I say. So he's going to be a wonderful figure when we all get down to the last bit of the work. And I'd say after getting those, maybe we'll take a little walnut one and try to take the same little steps on it. I'd say we kind of are getting rid of maybe the extra excess wood that we may not be needing. And so I say, try to take it along where it's going to last us a longer way into the better break of day, and then kind of like put the work to the test. And I say we've gotten this much done in on there, and then just kind of come along, remove the wood from around the elbow area to up to about the side of the belt. And for this little challenge, there'll be so much more to say. Do want to update you all on my friend, the one I've been telling you about in some of the other videos. And I've been talking about this in between series because I took a break from this series and kind of did some other videos where I told you the story about the friend who had the rusty nail through her foot, and I think she's recovering. She's kind of been on wheels lately, so that's kind of been the best thing for her. She can kind of hardly walk, but it's all just getting better, I say, and thankfully we're all going to be in better shape sooner or later. So if you've been keeping up with my other videos lately, I thank you all for doing so. And if you've been praying for her, thank you for doing it. And so this is just kind of one of those things where we're working a little ways just to kind of make sure that old Saint Nick shall come out as good as he can be, to make what we have out of a good little piece of wood. And so I say that it's just kind of what a little work can do for us, and kind of get where we get in the knowledge of what we have and what we do. I tell y'all that there's probably just a little more wood to round off around the back of the elbow and the arm. Kind of try to make another little line in here to get things out just right, and see how this is going to make a little work for us. And all the times I say, you know, maybe take care of these little shoulder lines on this other one too. And I say work a long ways and make it so this little Santa Claus is just a wonderful work for us. And I'd say there might be a thing or two we might come back and do on some of these. I'd say maybe take this moment to round off along here, along the back of the ruffle of the hood. Try to put in a little shape for the hood maybe, and I'd say we won't have time to get around to this on all of them before the video has to end, but this is just one little step I decided for this moment that I was going to take, and just kind of get rid of what we may not need and what we may not have to have. And so kind of come along, take care of a little hood for a poor little Santa Claus, I say, and just see how this is, you know. Think about old Saint Nick and how it was like. I mean, after his parents died, they left him a fortune in their will, and he used it all just to help little kids. It sure made him wealthy, but he sacrificed it for many others. And that's what we kind of see in all these stories we've heard and stories we've read. And I'd say a little legend can kind of teach us all little things or two, and knowing that, as we've always said, unless we tell children, there's always a Santa. So kind of try to get this along here, and probably before the end of the video may not get it all done, but this was just a moment I felt in a special mood to come back on and do a little bit more again. I'd like to repeat these steps in a future video, so thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.